This right here is my favourite Sonic character, and she's likely also a favourite of many other Sonic fans born in 2003 or 2004. Blaze was introduced in 2005 and was a pretty groundbreaking character for the Sonic franchise. Why is she so groundbreaking though? Well, she's the first good female Sonic character, but that's just my opinion. She actually has a bit of depth and personality, rather than the annoying and overused gag of Amy simping over Sonic anytime she's within a 100-mile radius of him. She can also shoot fucking fire! And she's also subscribed to Silas OS to see his videos about video games and more. Blaze is subscribed because she's a cool person. Be like Blaze. Subscribe today. When it comes to Blaze, I think Sega wanted her to become as big a deal as Shadow was at one point in the franchise. I mean, they gave her an actual motivation and a backstory, all the foundations needed for a compelling character. Obviously, this didn't quite pan out. Blaze just sits in the background these days, and it's really depressing for me to watch. Sega fumbled the bag with Blaze in the worst way possible, and now we're just too afraid to even touch her outside of the Olympic Games series. But where did it all go wrong? How did Sega ruin Blaze the Cat? First, we'll look at what gave her so much promise, which is her debut game, Sonic Rush. Rush? Rush where? In Sonic Rush, Blaze is a fully playable character, and definitely is a spotlight of the game rather than Sonic. Through Eggman's meddlings, Blaze and the Soul Emeralds are transferred from her dimension into Sonic's. As the princess of her world and the guardian of the Soul Emerald, she takes it upon herself to reclaim the emeralds and take down Eggman. Throughout her journey, she runs into various members of the Sonic cast, but refuses their help. She's adamant that she'll carry out her duty on her own. Then, obviously, at some point, Sonic shows her the power of friendship, and she learns to appreciate the help of others. Yes, so that friendship cliche isn't surprising at all, I get that. But I sort of brushed over that story because I want to look at some of the finer details here. Some of the things Blaze says really gives me the impression that Sega had major plans to flesh out her character in a future game. For example, Blaze mentions that her flames are the result of a curse placed upon her, and she also hints that she stays away from others to avoid burning them with her fire. Why would they give her that bit of backstory for no reason? I doubt Sega didn't plan to go into who cursed her with the flames and for what reason, and who has she hurt with her flames before. We never got these answers, but I'm sure we were meant to. Sort of, it's really hard to tell with Sega, they're all over the place with their writing. Like I said, Sega wanted her to be as big a deal as Shadow was when he was introduced, and he got a solo game. How do I know Sega wanted her to be a big deal? Well, they straight up made a game where she takes up the spotlight and half the gameplay, gave her her own set of emeralds and her own super form. I'd say that's more than enough evidence to imply that Sega really wanted Blaze to go somewhere. Of course, Rush wasn't the last we saw of Blaze, because it got a sequel, which had a crafting system which was just really weird, but we're not going to talk about that part. Rush Adventure brings Sonic into Blaze's dimension, and the game further expands upon her duties as a princess, as she fights to reclaim the jewel scepter of her royal family. Rush Adventure doesn't actually shed too much more light on her past, but it does show her friendlier side as she journeys across the ocean with Sonic. So you're thinking, right, it's going well for Blaze. She's had 2 games, she's an enjoyable character. Where does it all go wrong, Silas? Would you be at all surprised if I said Sonic 06? I don't really need to go into the fact that Sonic 06 is bad, because we all know it is. Even if you don't like Sonic, you probably know Sonic 06 is bad. Well, if you did like it, more power to you, I guess. Anyways, what did this game do to Blaze? Or rather, what didn't it do? So, remember when I mentioned Blaze was from another dimension? Yeah, Sega just sort of went, fuck that, and now she's from the future, and is tight with Trunks the Hedgehog over here. I don't know if Sega somehow forgot Blaze's backstory, or if they just intentionally chose to ignore it, but it really sucks that they reset her here. On top of this, her and Sonic don't know each other in this game for some reason, so the friendship she built with Sonic was completely absent here. To Sega's credit, her role as Silver's mentor figure was somewhat nice to watch, but the fact that they had to change so much to force her into the role is just nothing but stupid. If you think it couldn't get worse for a girl, yeah, she dies. Now, I should state the obvious for the sake of clarity. 06's after credit scene erases all of the events of the game and renders the story non-canon, meaning Blaze's original backstory is still intact. So what's my point here then? Even though the story didn't happen, the fact that Sega chose to reset Blaze and not expand on the Blaze from Sonic Rush just squanders any chance we had of seeing that character develop further. Just a bit sad, to be honest. 06 is completely to blame for the end of Blaze's potential. Sonic 06 was sort of Sega trying to reboot Sonic into a bit more of a serious anime style of narrative, but they botched it and faced fierce backlash from the fans. I mean, that game is infamous. Because of the negative reception, Sega pulled back from characters like Silver and Blaze and started to focus on just Sonic. In fact, Silver has only regained a sliver of relevance in 2017's Sonic Forces, and Blaze was just nowhere to be seen in that game. Sega is just too afraid to touch Blaze's character anymore, because they don't want to get burned like they did with Sonic 06. And if someone like Silver is only just beginning to approach the spotlight after all these years, who knows how long it'll take for Blaze to come back. Us Blaze fans are desperate, we're just waiting to see her actually even have a line again. I mean, she had something in Sonic Generations, but that was basically nothing. Also, what was the deal with Blaze being there? Did the Soul Emerald transfer her to Sonic's dimension specifically for his 20th birthday? Is that important to the Soul Emeralds? Yeah, let's just go with it. The story doesn't matter anyway, it's Sonic. So that's it. The one interesting female Sonic character is destined to sit on the shelf for the foreseeable future, and the only thing to blame is Sega's constant screw-ups. She had an interesting setup, a good amount of mystery, and her own damn super form. So it just gets me a little down that my favourite character has been done dirty like this. Sonic Rush was my first video game ever. Hell, I had the third fastest speedrun of that game on the planet. But there are worse problems in the world, let's be real. And hey, on the bright side, the comics do her a whole lot of justice, no doubt about that. And if you haven't read the comics, you should totally check those out. RG Comics, Sonic Universe, the IDW comics are all great. Take a look at them, not just for Blaze, just for any character in there, they're very cool. So unless the 1% chance that the game Dimps is working on is Sonic Rush 3 happens, Blaze the Cat, in this day and age, is nothing but burned potential.